Have you ever seriously wondered what happens when everything ends? I'm not just talking about our planet, but all of creation, even the gods themselves. Well, today we're diving into one of the most incredible visions of the cosmic apocalypse ever recorded, and the story of the one person who actually lived to tell the tale. And this quote right here, this is our key. We have the great king Yudhishthira speaking to the sage Markandeya, a being so impossibly ancient that he's seen the universe destroyed and reborn 7 times. Think about that. He is the ultimate eyewitness to the end of time itself. So, that brings us to the big question, the one that really gets under your skin. It's the question Yudhishthira asks, and it's one we all think about, right? If you strip everything away, all the stuff, all the people, all the stars, what's left? What is the one thing that actually endures? So let's get into it. Our journey begins with this quest for knowledge. This ultimate question, being asked to the only person in all of existence who could possibly have the answer. I mean, just picture this scene for a second. You have a king, a powerful and wise ruler, totally humbled before this ancient sage who holds literal eons of memories inside him. And he's not asking about politics or war. Nope. He's asking about the very fabric of reality when it all just comes undone. And just listen to the scale of this question. This isn't about what happens to mortals. Yudhishthira wants to know what happens when even the highest gods, Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, Rudra, the destroyer, are consumed by what the text calls terrible Kala. And Kala here means time, the ultimate unstoppable force that eventually devours everything. So Markandeya begins his story, and he describes his process called Pralaya, the great dissolution of the universe. And let me tell you, it is a vision of absolute, terrifying finality. He lays it out in 3 horrifying stages. First, a drought that lasts 100 years, just scorches everything. Then, all life simply vanishes, from the smallest plants to the powerful gods, the Devas, and the rivals, the Danavas. And finally, everything that was ever solid dissolves into one single, dark, endless ocean. Nothing is left. And to give you a sense of the sheer power of this apocalypse, the scriptures describe an unbelievable sight. Instead of our one sun in the sky, 12 blazing suns, the Adityas, all appear at once. They literally burn the universe down to ash before those final waters rise. Okay, so the story now shifts from this massive cosmic event to something deeply personal. The entire universe is gone, but somehow Markandeya is still there, all alone. Can you even imagine that? He's the only point of consciousness left, just adrift in this dark, infinite ocean that used to be the cosmos. He's swimming endlessly with no land, no light, no direction. And you'd think, no hope. He swims for what must feel like an eternity until his body just starts to give up. You can feel the physical exhaustion, but it's also this deep cosmic weariness. He is the last living memory in a silent void of nothingness. And then finally, his strength is completely gone. He can't swim another stroke. This is it. This is the moment of ultimate despair. He's about to be swallowed by the same silent ocean that took everything and everyone else. But right at that moment, just as he's about to give in to the darkness, something changes. Out of the void, these incredible visions start to appear. A tiny flicker of hope in the absolute emptiness. First, he sees the Purusha, the primeval cosmic being, just shining like a sun in that infinite darkness. Then he sees Manu, the father of the next human race, also drifting helplessly. And then, get this, he sees the great Lord Maheshvara, another name for Shiva, in the form of a gigantic divine fish called Matsya. And from this amazing divine fish, he hears a simple, powerful call, a summons to safety. It's the moment of divine grace, the turning point from total despair to the promise of salvation. So Markandeya follows this call and he's led to the very edge of that terrifying cosmic ocean. And it's right there that he finally gets the answer to Yudhishthira's ultimate question. So what is it? What survives? The answer is Amrita, the river of immortality. Now, this isn't a place or a person. It's an eternal current, a flow of pure divine energy that comes directly from the Lord, Ishvara, and it exists completely outside the destructive power of time. And this is such a powerful contrast. On one hand, you have the cosmic ocean. That represents Kala, or time. It's a place of destruction and fear. But on the other hand, you have the river Amrita, which represents eternity. It's a place of refuge and fearlessness. It flows at the edge of the ocean of time, totally untouched by it. That is what remains. But this river isn't just some static safe zone. It is the very source from which a new creation, a new beginning is going to spring forth. And here, the survivors find their sanctuary. Markandeya and Manu, who's like the seed for the next cycle of humanity, are brought into a divine boat. And floating on this river of immortality, this boat is the ultimate safe house, because inside it resides Shiva himself, the source of all reality. Having survived the end of everything and paid homage to the source of everything, Markandeya and Manu are offered a boon from Shiva. And this isn't just some prize, it's the divine act that kicks off the next cycle of creation. The long nightmare is over, renewal is here. So you see, the myth of Pralaya is so much more than just a cosmic horror story. It's this incredibly deep metaphor. And it leaves us with a question to think about in our own lives. When the foundations that we build for ourselves start to crumble, when our certainties get washed away, what is that eternal, fearless current inside of us that remains? What is your river of immortality?